evening, everybody. Welcome to Georgetown High School to Eagle Field. We're back live here with Georgetown baseball tonight. At home in the friendly confines of Eagle Field as Jordan Vieira, the head coach, along with manager Jared Frimo, come out to meet at home plate with head coach Jason Bourgeois of Elgin and the two-man umpire crew. We come in tonight to Game 2 of this best-of-2 series. Georgetown winning Game 1, 10-0 on Tuesday night in a 5-inning run rule over at Elgin, Texas. And so an opportunity here to get the series sweep and stay atop the district standings if they could do that as well. I'm Wally Harmon alongside the lady that makes it all happen, Jerry Ann Harmon, live here at Eagle Field. First Responder Broadcasting brings you Georgetown Eagle baseball. If you missed it last night, each week at Camp Brightside, we are there live for the coaches show. Thursday nights is our typical night, 6:45, 7 o'clock start. Last night they made things work for us. We went inside. And, a shout-out to our waiter. Sean took care of us, a new waiter there at Camp Brightside and new to the area with as well as moved into the area. And an opportunity here to shout out to its Kingdom Lawn Care. I'll find it here in just a minute. There it is. Kingdom Lawn Care. Owner Sean, last night he was our waiter. He also has his own business here at Tadlock. Sean Tadlock and his wife. And an opportunity. They're trying to settle into the area. They came into Georgetown with the growth and the people that they had met, and so they are new to the area. So give them a shout. Kingdom Lawn Care. They've got a website there. If you Google it and search it, an opportunity to reach out to a local partner here in Georgetown that looks to get their business growing. But he did a great job to take care of the Georgetown coaches show last night. And so thanks to Sean for all of his help last night, as it was a different affair indoors last night at the coaches show. We're back here live tonight, and we'll turn around with a quick turnaround. At an 11 a.m. start tomorrow, we'll take on the Liberty Hill Panthers here at Georgetown High School. And so come join us in the stands tomorrow. 9 o'clock, it'll be the Challenger games with all the special need kids here at 9 a.m. and a quick turnaround right to an 11 o'clock start with the Liberty Hill Panthers. But first tonight, it's the Elgin Wildcats that come in against your Georgetown Eagles here in game number 2. Georgetown with a win on Tuesday night improved to 8-7-1 on the season in the standings. They are 4-1 in district with a one-game winning streak now after that win. Elgin falls to 6-8-1 overall, 2-3 in district. Georgetown in district averaging 9.6 runs a game and only allowing 0.8 runs a game. Georgetown has allowed 4 runs in their 5 games in district. Elgin, on the other hand, averaging 3 runs per game scored in district, allowing 8.2 in their 5 district games. 5A District 23, the standings right now. Georgetown sits atop at 4-1 overall. Pflugerville and Hendrickson are at the top as well at 2-1, as they both have had their bye week. Right behind them, Eastview, the Patriots sit at 3-2 overall. Weiss at 2-3, Elgin at 2-3, and the Conley Cougars at 0-4. Other action tonight, Lassa is on the road at Conley. They're in their bye week, followed by Hendrickson at Weiss and Pflugerville at Eastview tonight in district play. The starting lineup for the Elgin Wildcats will go this way tonight. Batting first at shortstop, number 5, Tyson McFarland. Batting second in center field, number 8, Fernando Ramirez. Batting third, the catcher, number 24, Jalen Owens. Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 28, Malachi Hibbs. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 10, Kason Null. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 3, Jack Grames. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 13, Bryce Barron. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 19, Joaquin Rodriguez. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 11, Trey Flores. So the Elgin Wildcats will go McFarland, Ramirez, and Owens. Hibbs, Null, Grimes, Barron, Rodriguez, and Flores. To the PA announcer for tonight's Georgetown Eagles starting lineup.
Shortstop, number 7, Jack Kiki. Batting second, playing center field, number 6, Luke Holly. Batting third and playing third base, number 16, Aiden Cruz. Batting fourth and catching, number 14, Braden Rogers. Batting fifth and pitching, number 12, David Fluid. Batting sixth, playing first, number 21, Braden Curtin. Batting seventh in designated hitting, number 17, Justin Soto. At second base, number 2, Jalen Hunter. Batting eighth, right field, number 4, Tate Ritchie. And batting ninth, left fielder, number 24, Cooper Thomas. If you would please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem.
Join us now as we bring you tonight's national anthem here at Eagle Field. Sit there. You gotta come up with and a guy called today. Like, hey, I want to advertise on the games. I'll write you a check. King's Pest Control. Yeah. What I want to say. I hate this, man. It started. Pictures. I took pictures and stuff. It's gone. All my photos. I can't find out like what I took earlier. I took screenshots. Or not screenshots. I took photos on my computer. It pisses me off. Back live here at Eagle Field as we try to get it all figured out. It's going haywire here in the booth. The first pitch of the ball game in for Tyson McFarland is in there for a ball. David Fluid on the mound for the Georgetown Eagles tonight. And there we go. The crowd mic up and working. The 1-0 pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. 1-1 the count now to Tyson McFarland, the shortstop. If you've heard that name before, it's because he plays basketball for Elgin as well. The 1-1 pitch, ground ball out to second. Jalen Hunter to his left. The throw to first in time. 4-3 on the put out. Hunter to Curtin to retire McFarland for out number 1 here at the top of the first. And that'll bring up number 8, Fernando Ramirez, the center fielder for the Wildcats. Ramirez will step in from the right side. 0 for 3 in the ball game on Tuesday night. Fluid from the windup. The first pitch to Ramirez is in there for a called strike. Defensively for Georgetown tonight, Thomas in left, Holly in center, Ritchie in right field. The 0-1 pitch from Fluid. Ground ball hit out to short. Kiki on a couple of hops, sets his feet, fires across the diamond, and a scoop by Curtin for out number 2. 6-3 on the putout to retire Ramirez, and 2 quick outs here in the top of the first. We'll bring up the catcher, number 24, Jalen Owens. He was the starting pitcher for the Wildcats on Tuesday night. He was 0 for 2 in the ball game. Steps in here with 2 outs and the base is empty in the top of the first. The first pitch from Fluid is a dead ball and a hit by pitch, so Jalen Owens will head down to first base on the hit by pitch, so a 2-out base runner here for the Wildcats. Continuing defensively for Georgetown, Hayden Grooms at third, Jack Kiki at short, Jalen Hunter at second, Braden Curtin at first. Behind the plate, Braden Rogers, and on the mound, the senior left-hander, David Fluid. Fluid will move to the stretch now with the runner at first base as Curtin will hold on the runner there. It's going to be a courtesy runner for the Wildcats in place of the catcher, Jalen Owens. It'll be number, let's see here on first base, number 20 for the Wildcats. And that'll be Christian Carlos, the courtesy runner. First pitch here to Malachi Hibbs is outside for ball 1. Malachi Hibbs, the second baseman, hits in the cleanup spot for the Wildcats. 0 for 2 in the ball game on Tuesday night. The 1-0 pitch from Fluid is in there. A swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 the count now. To Malachi Hibbs. 2 outs in the inning. Fluid comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Rogers for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now. To Malachi Hibbs with 2 outs and a runner at first here in the top of the first. Fluid will come set. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's 3 outs here in the top of the first. No runs on no hits. No errors and 1 runner left on base. After half an inning, Elgin 0, Georgetown coming up to bat. Stay with us live here on the SHN Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Royalty, put blame on me. Hate my trend. Word up OG, watch how you talking your tone. What I be on, you cannot make me a clone. You already know T versus T.
Joining us in support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball, advertising here on the Georgetown Eagle Baseball broadcast, King's Pest Control. You can reach them at 512-930-PEST, 512-930-7378, or you can go online and visit them at www.kingspest.com. Serving Williamson County's pest control needs for over 40 years. It's a family and locally owned since 1982. Affordable upfront pricing, no contracts. Reach out to them. The King's Pest Control. Safe and reliable pest control services for your home or business. So we are glad to have King's Pest Control on board with us. And we go to the bottom of the first inning here at Eagle Field. And so that is the logo you see up next to the scoreboard, the Kings logo. Joining us here on the SHN Sports Network in support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball and First Responder Broadcasting. As we go to the bottom of the first, the Eagles will bring up Jack Kiki, Luke Holly, and Hayden Grooms to start off the ball game. Jack Graham's the lefty on the mound for the Wildcats. First pitch, Kiki swinging, sends a fly ball out to right field. Flores over to his right, will settle under it, make the catch for the out. F9 of the book to keep score. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up the center fielder, number 6, Luke Holly. Luke will step in for the right side to face off against Jack Grames, the lefty for the Wildcats. Grames works from the third base side of the rubber in the windup here. Holly back in from the right side, ready to go. The first pitch to Luke is in there for a called strike over the outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count now to Holly. The 0-1 pitch, that one stays outside for ball one. 1-1 the count now. Luke back in, Grames ready to go. The 1-1 pitch. That one's down in the turf for ball two. 2-1 the count to Luke. The other night, Luke 1 for 3 in the ball game, scored 2 runs, and had a beautiful RBI sac fly. Had 2 RBIs in the game. 2-1 pitch. It's on the bottom half of the zone for a called strike 2, so it evens it out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grames ready to go. The 2-2 pitch. That one misses just low. Ball 3, and now a full count to Luke here. 1 out in the inning. Base is empty for Georgetown. On a fly out by Jack Kiki. The payoff pitch. Fisted out to shortstop. McFarland drops back about 2 steps on the grass to make the catch for out number 2, P6 in the book, to retire Luke Holly for out number 2. And in steps Hayden Grooms, the third baseman for Georgetown. Hayden the other night was 2 for 4 on the ball game. A single and a run scored in the first, a double, an RBI double in the fourth. Scored 2 runs on the night with his RBI. Grooms steps in here with 2 outs and the base is empty. The first pitch from Grames on the outside corner. Beautiful breaking pitch there. Catches the corner for a called strike 1. Defensively for the Wildcats, it's hard to get it in here. Nall in left, Ramirez in center, Flores in right field. Shot down the third baseline. It's fair. Grooms around first base. He sent it to second as the ball runs all the way to the corner up against the wall, and it's a 2-out double by Hayden Grooms. He wasted no time and drove that line drive right down the third baseline for the 2-out double. That'll bring up the catcher, Braden Rogers. Braden Rogers, the catcher tonight, will step in. 2 outs and a runner at second base. Rogers from the right side. Grames from the stretch. First pitch misses up and away. Ball 1. So Braden Rogers had a good night the other night over at Elgin in the DH spot. 1 for 2 on the night. Walked and was left stranded in the inning. The 1-0 pitch fouled off back to the screen. 1-1 the count to the junior catcher, Braden Rogers. On deck, the pitcher, David Fluitt. Should Rogers be able to extend the inning here for Georgetown? 2 outs, a runner at second. Grames a look at second as he comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball pounded into the ground. High hopper. Rogers will run the charge from second and the play. Nice play by Malachi Hibbs. Will get Rogers by a step. 4-3 on the putout to retire Rogers and the Eagles here in the bottom of the first. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base after 1 complete. Georgetown 0, Elgin 0. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment. Back here live, Eagle to the top. Fluid will take the mound, and he'll face off against the number 5 hitter, Kason Null, the left fielder. From the windup, first pitch, ground ball, slap down the first base line. Braden Curtin snags the line drive ground ball off of one hop and takes it 3 unassisted for out number 1. And that'll bring up the pitcher, number 3, Jack Grames. Grames will step in from the left side, throws left, bats left for the Wildcats. One out, the base is empty. First pitch to Grames, Bender in there for a called strike one, 0-1 the count. And here's the counterpart pitching contest, pitcher-y-pitcher. Fluid the lefty. The 0-1 pitch to Grames. Check swing. And the umpire said he did not check it in time, so it hopped off the turf and away from the catcher, Rogers. But an 0-2 count now. So Fluid way ahead in the at-bat here. Grames the other night was 1 for 2 in the ball game. The 0-2 pitch to Grames. Just missed for ball 1. 1-2. Coaching for Georgetown. Or for the, I said Georgetown, for Elgin. Coach Bourgeois in the third base box. What a filthy pitch by Fluid there. Grames went chasing and missed it. Strikeout for out number 2 in the inning. Second strikeout of the ball game for Fluid. And with 2 outs in the inning, up steps Bryce Barron, the third baseman. Barron 0 for 2 in the ball game on Tuesday night. Steps in from the right side. Fluid's first pitch to Barron. Misses high for ball 1. Coach Bourgeois down in the third base box for the Elgin Wildcats. The 1-0 pitch from Fluid. Pop fly, hit out just behind second base. And Jalem Hunter there to field it a couple of steps on the grass for out number 3. The Wildcats go in order here in the top of the second after an inning and a half. Elgin 0, Georgetown 0. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. Back live here at Eagle Field. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be David Fluid, Braden Curtin, and Justin Soto due up here in the bottom half of the inning. Fluid, the lefty, will step in from the left side. The lefty pitcher, Grames, ready to go. The first pitch misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. In the first inning, Grames faced 4 batters. Allowed 1 hit. Line drive by Fluid, and what a play by Tyson McFarland at shortstop. Elevates and snags the line drive to rob a base hit from David Fluid. L6 in the book to retire Fluid for the first out of the inning. Nice play. There's the athleticism. Jory and I were texting the other night. We talked about it in basketball, how fast and athletic and quick he could score the basketball. And on the baseball field, he shows his speed and his leaping abilities as he snags the base hit away from Fluid. First pitch here to Braden Curtin is in there on the off-speed breaking pitch for a called strike. 0-1 the count to the first baseman, junior Braden Curtin. The 0-1 pitch. Outside corner. Generous strike zone there. Now 0-2 to Curtin. 1 out, the base is empty here in the top or bottom of the second inning. Grames ready to go. The lefty from the windup. The 0-2 pitch. Curtin fouls this one off down the first baseline out of play. Stays alive in the at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. On deck, the DH, Justin Soto for the Eagles. Curtin back in, the 0-2 pitch. This bender stays up and away for ball 1. 1-2 the count now to Curtin. defensively now for the Wildcats. I'll get ready and you got to go quick because Grames and the pitching staff for Elgin like to work quick. The 1-2 pitch. Curtin takes it outside. Ball 2. On the infield is Bryce Barron at third, Tyson McFarland at short, Malachi Hibbs at second, Joaquin Rodriguez at first base with Jalen Owens behind the plate and Jack Grames, the lefty, on the mound. Curtin doesn't like the wait here, so he'll take a timeout, step out, and reset himself with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The 2-2 pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Jalen Owens for strike 3. And that'll be the first strikeout of the ball game for Jack Grames. And with 2 outs in the innings, that'll bring up the DH. Number 17, Justin Soto. 12 pitches thrown in that first inning by Grames. First pitch in there for a called strike to Soto. 0-1 the count. Grames from the windup. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen. 0-2. Now the count to Justin Soto. Soto back in from the right side. Grames looks in, gets the sign. The 0-2 pitch. In there, called strike 3. Soto down on strikes, and the Eagles go in order here in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on after 2 complete. Elgin 0, Georgetown 0. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network.
Yeah. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper, this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby, shaking Bake Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bible by my side, I keep it like a gun on me. War ready, and we ain't afraid to get bloody. Told me I should quit my day job, that's funny. Hey, will always elevate me, I'ma keep showing. Out and selling, record spinning, it ain't never slowing. Take the stage, take the crown, I don't need it, got the sound. I'ma be the king forever, even when they count me out. Favorite rapper's favorite rapper, raise a bar from the ground. Taking risks you never dreamed of, get my name up out your mouth. Don't talk, it's silent on the floor, Kings walk.
Back to Eagle Field here. We go to the top of the third inning. Fluid will face off against the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Joaquin Rodriguez steps in for the right side, takes the first pitch. Outside for ball 1, 1-0 the count. From the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off, and the bat goes opposite direction there. Joaquin Rodriguez loses grip of the bat. Luckily, no one's standing over there towards the dugout for Georgetown. 1-1 count now to Joaquin Rodriguez. DH the other night for the Wildcats. Tonight plays first base. Was 0 for 2 in the ball game on 2 groundouts to Grooms at third base. The 1-1 pitch, a line drive fly ball hit into shallow right field. Ritchie on the run, slides and makes the catch. Nice play there by Tate Ritchie. A good hustle in, slides into it, makes the catch for out number 1. F9 in the book to retire Joaquin Rodriguez, and in steps the number 9 hitter, the right fielder, number 11, Trey Flores. He'll step in here from the right side. Fluid ready to go from the windup. First pitch up and away, ball 1. Flores on Tuesday night, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled and left stranded in the third. Struck out looking in the 5th. The 1-0 pitch popped back out of play. 1-1 the count now to Flores. On deck, Tyson McFarland, the shortstop for Elgin here in the top of the third. Both pitchers work quickly from the windup. The 1-1 pitch. Foul tip off of some piece of equipment. Shoulder piece of the catcher's. Or let's see, he grabbed it. Something off his gear came out. So Brayden Rogers tosses it over to Coach Vieira, and he'll reset. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Flores. Fluid gets a sign from Rogers from the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch stays up for ball 2. 2-2 with a count now. From the windup, the 2-2 pitch. Chases it down to the turf. Off the foot of the runner. Rogers will throw it down to Curtin in time. What a weird situation. It came off of Curtin off the turf. It bounced off his padding. And as Flores took off running, it hit off his foot and kicked back towards the backstop away from Braden Rogers. He had to grab it, throw down, and does in time. Third strikeout for Fluid. 2-3 on the put out to record the out on the drop third strike. And that'll bring up Tyson McFarland. First pitch is a ball to McFarland. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to second back in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch to Tyson. That breaking pitch misses just low for ball 2. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. 2-1 to count. Through 2 innings, Fluid only threw 17 pitches, 10 in the first, 7 in the second. 2-1 pitch here. Just misses for ball 3. 3-1 to count now. To the leadoff man, Tyson McFarland. Fluid will get the sign. The 3-1 pitch. Just misses inside, ball 4. A 2-out base runner for the Wildcats on the first walk issued by Fluid in the ball game. And that'll bring up the center fielder, number 8, Fernando Ramirez. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to the shortstop, Kiki. Back in the first inning. Fluid now from the stretch. Third base side of the rubber. First pitch to Ramirez. Ground ball to third. Grooms to his left. Fields it. The throw across the diamond in the turf. And Curtin can't scoop it. And then it's kicked off of his glove by Ramirez. The throw all the way across from Ritchie to third base. Got Ramirez trying to get greedy. But a run scores, and a lot in that play that we'll try to wrap up. The ground ball was to Grooms. The throw across the diamond, skipped in and bounced off of Curtin's chest. At that point, contact with Ramirez as the glove comes off and the ball gets kicked down the right field line. Tate Ritchie on the cover runs over and grabs it and throws to third to retire Ramirez, trying to advance all the way around to third base. But nonetheless, it becomes a 1-0 ball game as McFarland motored all the way around to score from first base, and the Wildcats take a 1-run lead. After 2.5, Elgin 1, Georgetown 0. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Back here at Eagle Field, we go to the bottom of the third. Georgetown trails it 1-0 on a crazy inning there for the Wildcats. But a great play by Tate Ritchie to get Ramirez trying to advance all the way to third on the error down to the first baseline. Ritchie tries to bunt down the first baseline as he leads off here in the bottom of the third, but bunts it foul for strike 1. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here in the inning for Georgetown. Tate Ritchie, Cooper Thomas, and then back to the top to Jack Kiki. Grames from the windup, the 0-1 pitch to Tate. That one's in there for a called strike, 0-2 the count. (23 pitches through 2 innings for Grames as he works here in the top or bottom of the third. Ground ball to first base. Joaquin Rodriguez fields it on a hop and steps on first base, 3 unassisted to retire Ritchie for out number 1, and that'll bring up Cooper Thomas, the left fielder. One out, the base is empty. But what a play there in the top half of the inning. Ramirez hits the ground ball to third. The throwing error on Grooms allows him to reach base, but in the contact on the drop ball on the throw, it gets kicked down the line off of Ramirez, and he tried to get to third, and Tate Ritchie threw him out. Thomas fists one down the right field line. Flores can't get to it. It's a base hit. Cooper Thomas around first, but he'll hold there as Flores up quickly and gets it in. And a one-out base hit for Cooper Thomas. Has a base runner on for Georgetown here at the bottom of the third. Second hit of the ball game for the Eagles. And that'll take us back to the top of the lineup. The shortstop, Jack Kiki, flew out to start things in the bottom of the first for Georgetown. To right field is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grames into the stretch now with the runner on first. The pitch up and away off the glove of Jalen Owens. He'll try to throw down. And there goes Cooper Thomas in his infamous Army crawl into second base. Something about it, about our field going into second base. The players seem to kind of stick in it and don't get a good slide across. But Cooper Thomas advances to second base. And that'll be on a pass ball that came out of the glove of Jalen Owens. 1-0 the count to Kiki. The 1-0 pitch. Pop fly into the right side. Shallow right field. The second baseman Hibbs back to make the catch about 6 or 7 steps onto the grass. P4 in the book to retire Kiki for out number 2. And with 2 outs in the inning and a runner at second base, in steps Luke Hawley. Luke popped out to the shortstop, Tyson McFarland, on a flare shot on the back of the infield. Stamps in 0 for 1 with 2 outs and a runner at second. Thomas off and running to third. Owens throw down, not in time. A stolen base there by the speedy Cooper Thomas. And now the tying run, the potential tying run, just 90 feet away. Georgetown's first stolen base. Nice steal there by Cooper Thomas. 1-0 count to Luke Hawley. Called strike one. 1-1 now the count. The 1-1 pitch to Luke. Ground ball hit back up towards the middle. Hibbs to his right, fields it, throws the first in time to get the Eagles here in the bottom of the third. 4-3 on the putout to retire Hawley in Georgetown here at the bottom of the third. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. After 3 complete, Elgin 1, Georgetown nothing. Eagle baseball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. Back here live, Eagle Field. We go to the top of the fourth. 1-0. Elgin leads it over Georgetown. First pitch from Fluitt to Jalen Owens is low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch to Owens. Fouled off back to the backstop. 1-1. It evens out the count to the catcher tonight, Jalen Owens. 1-1 pitch in there for a called strike 2. Owens 0 for 0 in the ball game. His first plate appearance back in the first inning was hit by a pitch, but left stranded at first base. Steps back in to lead off the top of the fourth. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive sent out to the left field. Cooper Thomas, it's over his head. A base hit. What a shot there. All the way to the fence, and it's going to be a leadoff double by Jalen Owens. Oh, Elgin making noise here in the third and fourth innings. It's now a leadoff double. First hit of the ball game for the Wildcats. In the third inning, they got 1 run on no hits, 1 error. Left no one on base. And now Malachi Hibbs will step in, the second baseman, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out back in the first. Will step in here with no outs and a runner at second base. Fluid will turn, but no throw to second base. Jalen Owens not far off the bag there at second base. No outs and a runner at second. A leadoff double by Jalen Owens. A shot to left field. Fluid will now step off. Corners on the grass for Georgetown. Expecting a bunt here from Malachi Hibbs with no outs and a runner at second. Fluid will come set in the stretch. The first pitch. There's the bunt attempt. Hibbs went for it, but could not make contact. Called strike there. On the missed bunt. 0-1 the count. To the second baseman, Malachi Hibbs. GYBA night here tonight. That was the youngsters running out with the Eagles when they took the field before the national anthem. Another bunt attempt. And it's not a hit by pitch. He bunted at it. Here comes Coach Vieira out of it. Malachi Hibbs did not pull the bat back. That's a strike. That's a swinging strike. That is not a dead ball. So Coach Vieira, talking to the home plate umpire, is going to ask for assistance. If he did not pull the bat back and bunted at it, it's a strike, and he doesn't get the hit by pitch. So we'll see what they call here. The home plate umpire quickly said no, dead ball, and he's down to first base. So a discussion in the field between the umpires. I did not see Hibbs pull that bat back when he tried to get out of the way of that pitch. Left that barrel out in the zone on a bunt attempt, which is a strike. So we'll see if he gets overturned here. So the home plate umpire is going to go talk to Elgin's coach. So it's maybe an overturn here. And he didn't pull the bunt attempt back, and so it may be a called strike. And Hibbs have to come back to the plate with an 0-2 count. I didn't think he pulled it back, and so interesting get there. But quickly, Coach Vieira came out of the Georgetown dugout quickly adamant that he never pulled that bat back on the bunt attempt. And so now Coach Bourgeois will have that discussion with the home plate umpire. And so it is. It's going to be no balls and 2 strikes. Malachi Hibbs will come back to the plate with an 0-2 count. And that's the danger of the bunt attempt. If you do not clearly get that barrel back out of the zone going for the bunt, it's a strike. It's a strike. It's considered a swing, and you cannot swing at a pitch and be hit by it and get the benefit of the hit by pitch. It is null and void with the swinging attempt. And so, tough call and a good call, overruled by the field umpire. So now Fluid works to Hibbs with no balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. A runner at second, the 0-2 pitch. Hibbs checks his swing and takes it low for ball 1, 1-2 the count. But a big call there. Otherwise, you have first and second base occupied with no outs here in the top of the fourth for the Wildcats with their number 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up. The 1-2 pitch from Fluid. Ground ball pulled foul just off the screen in front of the third base dugout. Hibbs stays alive in the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here in the top of the fourth. 1-0. Elgin leads it over Georgetown. In their history, Georgetown leads the series 14-0. Hibbs reaches out the bat, pops it up. Second baseman Jalen Hunter calls for it and makes the catch for out number 1. P4 in the book to record the out of Hibbs. And with 1 out and a runner at second, in steps Kaysen Nall, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. He grounded out on a shot to first base back in the second inning. On a good play there by Braden Curtin. Nall will step in from the right side. Jalen Owens led off the inning with a double, leads off second. As Fluid comes set on the stretch. The first pitch to Null. Break a pitch in there for a called strike one. Beautiful bender there by Fluid. 0-1 the count now. More baseball tomorrow, 11 a.m. Georgetown will welcome in the Liberty Hill Panthers for a Saturday tilt in non-district action. The 0-1 pitch. Breaker outside corner catches it. Beautiful pitch by David Fluid. And an 0-2 count now to Kason Null, the left fielder for the Wildcats. One out, a runner at second base here in the top of the fourth. Fluid comes set in the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen. Null stays alive. No balls and 2 strikes. With one out, a runner at second base. Oh, and 2 the count. Fluid gets the sign, comes set in the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 big outs in a row for Georgetown and Fluid. Fluid's 4th strikeout of the night. And with 2 outs and a runner at second base. We'll get a courtesy runner now for the catcher, which I don't blame. They left, Coach Bourgeois left Owens out there with his speed from second base. A base hit to the outfield, could score. But now with 2 outs, they'll pull the catcher off the field. And it will be number 20, Christian Carlos, to come in and pinch run for our courtesy run for the catcher. First pitch to Jack Grames is in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. To the Elgin pitcher, Jack Grames, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game, struck out back in the second inning. Fluid with the look in, gets the sign from Rogers, comes set. The 0-1 pitch. That bender catches the inside corner. Nice pitch by Fluid. He is finding the corner now with that breaking pitch, and a tough one there for the lefty Grames. And now another 0-2 count for the Wildcats. Georgetown would love to get out of this with no damage done. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled, or grounder out towards third. Grooms up with it, sets his feet, fires, and gets the out at first base. Beautiful play there. 5-3 on the putout to retire Grames and the Wildcats here in the top of the fourth. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base after 3.5. Elgin 1, Georgetown nothing. Eagle Baseball brought to you by King's Pest Control, a new advertiser sponsor here on the SHN Network on the First Responder Broadcasting. It's King's Pest Control, www.kingspest.com. You can reach them at 512-930-7378 and call out King's Pest Control for your home and or business. 40 years locally owned, family owned and operated since 1982. Affordable and for pricing, no contracts. Give them a call, 512-930-PEST. For King's Pest Control, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Baseball here on the First Responder Broadcasting. We'll be right back. Eagle Baseball continues in a moment. Back live here at Eagle Field. The Eagles will bring up the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Grooms, Rogers, and Fluid to face off against Grames in the bottom of the fourth, trailing by 1. First pitch to Hayden Grooms. Takes it high for ball 1. Grooms has one of the 2 Eagle base hits in the ball game, a double with 2 outs in the first. He's 1 for 1 in the game. Grames from the windup, the 0-1 pitch, or 1-0 pitch, misses outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count now. To Hayden Grooms. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. To the senior third baseman. Hayden took a big cut there at that one. Now a 2-ball, 1 strike count. To the third baseman, Hayden Grooms. From the windup, the 2-1 pitch. Misses low and inside. Ball 3. 3-1 to count. Hear the chirping picking up there in the third base dugout for Georgetown, trying to get things going as they trail 1-0. Here in the bottom of the fourth. The 3-1 pitch. Grooms fouls it off. Back out of play over the clamshell. And now a full count. Here to the third baseman, Hayden Grooms. Braden Rogers on deck. David Flewitt in the hole for Georgetown here at the bottom of the fourth. Payoff pitch. Grooms sends a shot into center field, but Fernando Ramirez will get back, settle under it, and make the catch for out number 1. F8 the book to retire Hayden Grooms. And that'll bring up the catcher, number 14, Braden Rogers. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to the second baseman back in the first inning. Steps in 0 for 1 from the right side with 1 out. The base is empty here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch from Grooms. Adbender is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Two crafty lefties going at it head-to-head tonight as Flewitt and Grooms do battle on the mound. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball, shot, hit out to short. McFarland up with it. The throw across the diamond in time. And 2 quick outs here at the bottom of the inning. 6-3 on the putout to retire Rogers. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up the pitcher, number 12, David Flewitt. He lined out back in the second inning, was robbed of a base hit by the high-flying catch by Tyson McFarland. First pitch to Flewitt. Holds off and takes it for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Flewitt back in. Grooms from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Bender in there for a called strike. There's that crafty pitching work. Both pitchers using that breaking pitch, catching the corners. And now Grooms ahead, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. That one low and away for ball 1. Grooms ready to go. The 1-2 pitch to Flewitt. Low and outside, ball 2. Couldn't get him to chase, and now a 2-2 count to the senior pitcher, David Flewitt. Flewitt now tight up against the plate. The 2-2 pitch. That one's low in the turf, so Flewitt's done a great job here. Started out 0-2 in the count, now a full count with 2 outs and the bases empty. Here in the bottom of the fourth for the Georgetown Eagles. Grooms looks in and gets a sign from Owens. The payoff pitch. Fouled off, back out of play down the third baseline. 32 pitches through 3 innings for Grooms as he works here in the fourth. He struck out 2 and scattered a couple of hits. The Wildcats still lead at 1-0. The payoff pitch to Flewitt. Line drive, this one gets over the head of McFarland into left field, and it's a 2-out base hit for David Flewitt. So the Eagles get a base runner here with 2 outs in the fourth inning. Nice base hit single for Flewitt, third hit of the ball game for the Eagles. And we'll get a courtesy runner here for the pitcher, Flewitt. Coming out to run will be number 2 for the Eagles. I believe it was. I'm looking on. Nope. 22. That's going to be number 22. That's going to be Clayton King coming out to run. I couldn't tell if it was 2 or 22. But it's going to be Clayton King, the junior, coming in to run for the pitcher, David Flewitt. In steps Brayton Curtin, the first baseman. Grooms, a throw over to first base as King dives back in safely there. Curtin 0 for 1 in the ballgame, struck out back in the second inning. Steps in here with 2 outs and a runner at first. The first pitch to Curtin sails high for ball 1. 12 pitches in the first, 11 in the second, 9 in the third for Grooms as he continues to work here in the fourth. But already past those numbers here in the fourth inning. So Georgetown trying to get that pitch count up. Another throw to first. King in safely there under the tag from Joaquin Rodriguez. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. A 2-out single by Flewitt. Curtin ahead in the count, 1-0, the 1-0 pitch. King off and running. Slides into second base with a stolen base. As when Hibbs went to slap the tag on, he went a little soon, didn't complete the catch. So King slides into second base with the second stolen base of the night for the base runners for Georgetown. And now a runner in scoring position with a 2-0 count to Braden Curtin. The 2-0 pitch. Outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count now with Justin Soto on deck. Should Curtin be able to extend this this inning for the Eagles? Grames comes set, a look at second. The 3-0 pitch. That one sails high. A 2-out base on balls. First walk issued by Grames. So now 2 base runners with 2 outs, and that comes Justin Soto. But not before we get a visit from the Elgin dugout. Quick timeout. Eagle baseball continues here in a moment on the SHN Sports Network. Back here to Eagle Field after the visit to the mound for the Wildcats. In steps Soto with 2 outs and runners on first and second. The first pitch to Justin. Outside corner called strike 1. 0-1 the count. Soto struck out back in the second inning looking for out number 3. He's 0-for-1 in the ball game as he steps in here with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Grames comes set, a look at second base. The 0-1 pitch. That one stays way outside for ball 1. Count evens up at 1 apiece. Tate Ritchie, the right fielder, on deck. Should Soto be able to extend the inning here for Georgetown? Elgin leads it 1-0. Here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-1 pitch to Soto. Soto lays off and takes it for called strike 2 on the off-speed breaking pitch. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. To the DH, Justin Soto. Grames comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Soto fouls it off. Back out of play down the first baseline. Stays alive in the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grames comes set. Soto ready. The 1-2 pitch. This is low and away. 2-2 now the count to Soto. The next pitch from Grames will be the 25th pitch of the inning. So more than doubles any other innings production by Jack Grames. Grames comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Soto lays off, takes it, called strike 3. Thought it was up and away, but he gets called out for strike 3. And the inning comes to an end on an argument from Coach Vieira to the home plate umpire. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base after 4 complete. Elgin 1, Georgetown nothing. Eagle baseball continues in just a moment. To Eagle Field, we come from the top of the 5th inning. Fluid works here against the Wildcats. Number 789 hitters. Bryce Barron steps in, takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Barron popped out to second base, back in the second inning, 0-for-1 in the ball game. From the windup, the 1-0 pitch. That was in there for a called strike 1, evens up the count, 1-1. To the third baseman, Bryce Barron. 1-1 pitch. Barron chases it down to the turf. For strike two. Through 4 innings, Fluid has only thrown 47 pitches. The 1-2 pitch on the corner, called strike 3. 5th strikeout of the ball game for Fluid. Strikes out Barron for out number 1, and that'll bring up Joaquin Rodriguez, the first baseman, who flew out to the right fielder. Tate Ritchie back in the 3rd inning is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Rodriguez steps in from the right side. Flew it from the windup. The first pitch to Joaquin. Breaking pitch in there. Called strike 1. 10 pitches in the first, 7 in the second, 14 in the third, 16 in the fourth for Fluid. The 0-1 pitch driven into right field. Tate Ritchie settles under it with a few choppy steps nearby. Makes the catch for out number 2, F9 in the book. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the right fielder, Trey Flores, number 11 for the Wildcats. He's 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Struck out back in the 3rd inning and was thrown out at first base on the drop third strike by Rogers DeCurtin. The first pitch to Flores misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Flores can extend the inning. It's back to the top of the lineup, and Tyson McFarland. The 1-0 pitch bounces in and away for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Georgetown baseball tomorrow, 11 a.m. The Liberty Hill Panthers come to town in a non-district Saturday matchup. The 2-0 pitch up and away, ball 3. A consistent theme for both teams tonight seems to be all the work done with 2 outs. 3-0 pitch misses for ball 4. A 2-out base runner on the base on balls. Second walk issued by Fluid here in the ball game. As we're in the top of the 5th, it's 1-0, and Tyson McFarland steps in. He scored the only run of the ball game after reaching on base on the other walk by Fluid back in the 3rd inning. Was 2 outs in the inning. He walked and then scored on the ground ball by Ramirez. That was a throwing error and then kicked down the line. Takes the first pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 to count. McFarland 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out in the first, walked and scored a run in the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball chopped towards 3rd. Grooms fields it on the high hop to throw across the diamond in time. And the Wildcats are retired here in the top of the 5th. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 4.5, still remains Elgin 1, Georgetown nothing. Georgetown baseball returns in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. We're back here live, Georgetown High School at Eagle Field. Off in the distance, Burkle backfield. High school soccer going on right now in the playoffs. Back here at Eagle Field, we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Ritchie steps in. First pitch from Graves, misses low and inside, ball 1. Tate Ritchie, the senior right fielder, is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to Joaquin Rodriguez at first base. Back in the 3rd inning. The 1-0 pitch to Ritchie. Line drive over the head of McFarland into left center field. And he almost snagged it. Another high-flying acrobatic play there by Tyson McFarland. But a base hit to lead off the inning. So maybe I shook it up there. We usually get hits and get base runners with 2 outs. Tate Ritchie starts it off with a leadoff single for the Eagles. 4th hit of the night for Georgetown. And that'll bring up Cooper Thomas, who's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Singled back in the 3rd, was left stranded at 3rd base. Steps in here with no outs and a runner at first as Grames now moves to the stretch with a runner on first. Ritchie with a good lead, held on by Rodriguez at first base. Grames will throw over. Ritchie able to dive under the tag there. The lefty Grames, a good move there. Over to first base. It looked like Ritchie was ready to run. Cooper Thomas looks out and gets the sign. Coaching third tonight, Chad Payne. The pitching coach for Georgetown. Over at first base, Coach David Durrell. Coach Vieira, the head coach, now in the dugout this year. First pitch, Cooper Thomas bunts it to third. Pairing up with it. Throws to first in time. The sac bunt by Thomas. So that'll move Tate Ritchie into scoring position with 1 out. 5-3 on the putout of Thomas on that sacrifice bunt. But back to the top of the lineup we go. With 1 out and a runner in scoring position, it's Jack Kiki, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Flew out to right in the 1st, popped up to 2nd base in the 3rd. Jack steps in here from the right side, the junior shortstop. 0 for 2 on the night, ready to go. Grames comes set, the first pitch to Kiki. That one misses low on the breaker. 4-1. Luke Holly, the center fielder, on deck for Georgetown now. Here in the bottom of the 5th, trying to scratch a run and tie this back up. Grames comes set with a look to 2nd base. The 1-0 pitch. Kiki shot down the 3rd baseline, but it curls foul. And it evens up the count at 1-1. A good visit last night with the shortstop Jack Kiki out at the coaches show. Come join us on a Thursday night. 6:45 is usually the kickoff time. 6:45, 7. We go for about an hour and 15 minutes talking Eagle baseball there at Camp Brightside. Come join us. 1-1 pitch from Grames to Kiki. Will come after this fake play to 2nd base. Grames wasn't settled in with the pitch. So I asked for a do-over from his catcher Owens. Now Grames set. The 1-1 pitch. The catcher went down and grabbed it, brought it up, and gets the called strike 2. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes to Kiki with 1 out and a runner at 2nd. The 1-2 pitch. Jack fouls it off into the screen on the first base side. Stays alive in the at-bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 57 pitches thrown through 4 innings for Grames. 25 of those came there in the 4th inning as he works here in the 5th for the Wildcats. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Grames a long look in. And now Kiki, not happy with it, will take a time and step out and reset himself. Typically Fluid and Grames, both pitchers in a quick working pace tonight. We're already in the 5th inning. Here just an hour and 4 minutes into the ball game. 1-2 pitch, misses low and inside for ball 2, evens it up at 2-2 now. Georgetown won game 1 on Tuesday night over at Elgin, 10-0 in 5 innings. Trailing here in the bottom of the 5th, 1-0. The Wildcats put up 1 in the top of the 3rd. The 2-2 pitch. Kiki foul tips and stays alive, fouls it off, but catcher Owens couldn't hold on to it. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to the junior shortstop, Jack Kiki. Ritchie leads off 2nd base as Grames comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Kiki ground ball, chopper to the 3rd base, but it is going to kick foul. Jack would have beat it out. Barron would not have had a throw, but it kicks off, spinning off that turf into foul territory. So another foul ball, and Kiki returns back to home plate and continues the at-bat. Next pitch will be the 8th of the at-bat for the shortstop, Jack Kiki. Leadoff base hit by Tate Ritchie. Over the leaping shortstop McFarland into left field. Stole 2nd base. or was bunted over on a sac bunt by Cooper Thomas to second base. Stays there in scoring position with one out. The 2-2 pitch. Down low and inside, so Kiki has now worked it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, the runner at second base. Rames comes set, a look at second base. The payoff pitch, Richie off and running. Fly ball sent down to right field. Richie's going to have to head back, a long run. But Trey Flores unable to get to it. The ball falls harmlessly into foul territory. And we'll reset and do it again with 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 10th pitch of the at-bat coming here from Grames to Jack Kiki. Great battle here. Grames comes set. The payoff pitch. Kiki fly ball into center field. Center fielder Ramirez charges in, and he'll make the catch. Richie tags up. No one around the bags. He'll stay put. So F8 in the book to retire Jack Kiki on the 10th pitch of the at-bat for out number 2. Coach Jordan Vieira is going to take a timeout here to talk to Luke Holly. The senior center fielder will step in with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Luke Holly will step in. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Pop out to short in the first, grounded out to second in the third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Holly will step back in from the right side. Richie leads off second, being held close there by the second baseman Hibbs. First pitch to Holly. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1 to count to Luke Holly. Grames will get the sign from Owens. Comes set in the stretch with a look at second base. The 0-1 pitch. Holly shot into right center field. It's going to be down for extra bases. Richie around third. He'll tie it up. Holly headed to second. The right fielder slips. Holly's headed to third base, and he'll slide in safely with an RBI triple here in the bottom of the 5th. Ball game's tied. Put a blue star on that one. Luke Holly drives the 0-1 pitch into right center field all the way to the wall for an RBI triple to tie it up here in the bottom of the 5th, 1-1. The 5th hit of the ball game, a big one for the Eagles. Luke Holly drives in Tate Ritchie from second base. And now new life here as you hear the dugout chirping, the fans going, and in steps Hayden Grooms. The first pitch to Grooms, swing and a miss, strike 1. Beautiful triple for Luke Holly there to tie it up. Richie cruised in for the run. Now Luke down at third base with 2 outs, and Hayden Grooms steps in. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. 0-1 pitch from Grames. Grooms drives it down the first baseline. Flores the run, and he'll make the catch in foul territory to retire Grooms and the Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th. But not before Georgetown picks up 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 5 complete, we're all tied. Elgin 1, Georgetown 1. Georgetown baseball will continue in a moment. Eagle Field we bring you as we go to the top of the 6th inning, tied up 1-1. As David Fluid on for his 6th inning of work will face off against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. First pitch, swing and a miss. For Fernando Ramirez, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded out in the first, reached on an error and was cut down. Trying to advance to third. 1 pitch on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-2. Fluid ready to go as he works from the third base side of the rubber in the windup. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. As Ramirez down on strikes, strikeout number 6 of the ball game for David Fluid. And with 1 out in the inning here at the top of the 6th, that'll bring up the catcher, number 24, Jalen Owens. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. He was hit by a pitch and left stranded in the first, doubled and left stranded at second in the fourth. First pitch swinging, fouls it off, back out of play, 0-1 the count. On deck, the second baseman, Malachi Hibbs, for the Wildcats here in the top of the 6th inning. From the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Stays high through the zone for ball 1. 1-1 the count now. Fluid, 59 pitches thrown through 5 innings. As he works for in his 6th inning here, the 1-1 pitch stays high on the breaking pitch for ball 2. Fluid gets the sign from his catcher, Braden Rogers. From the windup, the 2-1 delivery. That breaking pitch misses inside for ball 3, and now Owens ahead in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. The base is empty. Here in the top half of the 6th inning, the Wildcats trying to take the lead back from Georgetown. Foul tip into the glove of Rogers for strike 2. We'll make it a full count here to the catcher, Malachi Hibbs. Correction, to the catcher, Jalen Owens. The payoff pitch. Fly ball on the infield. The shortstop, Jack Kiki, drifts into shallow center field, settles under it, and makes the catch. For out number 2, F6 in the book to retire Owens. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, Malachi Hibbs, the second baseman, will step in for the Wildcats. Hibbs, the senior infielder, step in from the right side, 0 for 2 in the ball game. A strikeout in the first, a pop out to second base back in the 4th inning. First pitch, misses high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Fluid's delivery on the 1-0. That one's up and away for ball 2. Fluid will get the sign. The 2-0 pitch. Up and away, ball 3. So now on the verge of that trend of a 4th time in 6 innings if the Wildcats get a 2-out base runner. The 3-0 pitch. And it misses, ball 4. A 2-out walk. 3rd walk issued by Fluid in the ball game. And for the 4th time in 6 innings, the Wildcats get 2 outs and then a base runner. It cost Georgetown back in the 3rd inning. They gave up their only run to the Elgin Wildcats back at inning number 3. In steps Kaysen Nall, the left fielder, grounded out to Curtin in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging in the 4th. 0 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch, low in the turf, great effort there by Braden Rogers. Moved over and snagged that one. Ball 1. 1-0 the count to Nall as Hibbs leads off first base, being held on by Braden Curtin. Fluid in the stretch, comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 the count now. The senior left fielder, Kaysen Nall. Rogers out. A quick visit with his pitcher, David Fluid. Now back ready to go. Nall in for the right side. Fluid a throw to first base. Malachi Hibbs lays down and touches the bag safely. 1-1 the count. 2 outs and a runner at first here in the top of the 6th. Fluid comes set in the stretch. The 1-1 come after this throw over to first base. Malachi Hibbs back in safely. 11 o'clock tomorrow. Come join us here at Eagle Field. Liberty Hill Panthers come down Highway 29. Take on your Eagles at 11 a.m. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, foul tip. Signaled by the home plate umpire into the glove of Braden Rogers. 1-2, now the count. Georgetown would love to get out of this inning and back to the bats and try to take control of this ball game. The 1-2 pitch, fouled off back behind home plate as Nall stays alive in the at-bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. At 9 o'clock, it's the Challenger games here at Georgetown's Eagle Field. Special needs kids come out and play baseball with the Georgetown Eagle baseball team. Great time to come out and support the youth. High fly ball down the left field line into foul territory. Hayden Grooms gives chase, but it drifts just into the netted batting cage down the third baseline, out of play. And Nall will return back to home plate. Stay alive in the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. The Wildcats have 1 run on 1 hit. Georgetown has their 1 run on 5 hits. They've committed 1 error, which led to the run for the Wildcats in the top of the 3rd. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kason Nall. Fluid comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Popped back out of play. Off over the clamshell. And Nall continues to battle with Fluid here. The top of the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fluid comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Down to the turf. Good stop by Rogers. Hibbs unable to advance to second base. The count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Challenger games at 9 a.m. in the morning, the first of the season. And then at 11 o'clock, the Liberty Hill Panthers will come in and play your Georgetown Eagles in a non-district Saturday tilt. Fluid comes set, the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball back out of play as Nall continues to battle. Against Fluid here with 2 outs and a runner at first. The Wildcats trying to take the lead back from Georgetown after tying it up in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-2 pitch stays high, ball 3, and now a full count. To Kason Nall, the left fielder for the Wildcats. The next pitch will be the 10th of the at-bat for Kason Nall. Fluid a long look in. We'll get the sign from his catcher, Braden Rogers. Now comes set in the stretch. Throw over to first base here as Hibbs dives back in safely. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 1-1 your score. The payoff pitch. Line drive, left field, shot. Kason Nall has opened it up 3-1. What an at-bat for Kason Nall, and he tops it off with a 2-run bomb to left field over the Golden Rule sign, and the Wildcats take the lead 3-1. What a shot there by the senior left fielder, Kason Nall. A 2-run home run. Takes it 3-1, Elgin. And again, a 2-out base runner creates havoc for the Wildcats. So with 2 outs and the bases empty, in steps the pitcher, Jack Grames. Fouls off the first pitch down to the third base dugout. 0-1 the count. Grames 0 for 2 of the ball game. Struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. From the windup again, Fluid ready to go. The 0-1 pitch to Grames. He'll hold off and take it for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Ground ball down the third baseline. Grooms, or not a ground ball, a line drive. Grooms fields it as he runs into foul territory, makes the catch for out number 3. L6 or L5 in the book to retire Grames and the Wildcats, but not before they pick up 2 runs on 1 hit. They take the lead 3-1 over your Georgetown Eagles through 5.5. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us here on the SHN Sports Network. Back we come to Eagle Field. Bottom of the sixth, first pitch swinging. Rogers sends it into center field. And the catch is made by Ramirez. F8 in the book to retire Rogers on one pitch here in the bottom of the sixth. The one out, the base is empty. In steps the pitcher, David Fluid. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Trying to update the scoreboard, trying to get it to connect. Sorry about that. Little technical difficulties here in the. That pitch called strike one. 0-1 to count to David Fluid. The 0-1 pitch misses for ball one. 1-1 to count. There we go. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch to Fluid. Ground ball pulled into right field between first and second base. Another base hit for David Fluid, his second of the ball game. Well, he tried to help his own cause. Second hit of the night, 6th for the Eagles. There'll be a courtesy runner here for the pitcher, David Fluid. It's going to be Landon King to come on to run for the pitcher, David Fluid again. In steps Braden Curtin. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out in the second, walked and left stranded in the fourth. As the Eagles now try to fight back into this one. They even it up in the bottom of the fifth, 1-1. But then surrendered a 2-out, 2-run home run. Throw to first base. King dives back in safely. 74 pitches through 5 innings for Jack Grames as he works here at the top of the bottom of the sixth. The Eagles trail by 2. First pitch to Curtin on the outside corner for called strike one. 0-1 to count to Braden Curtin, the first baseman. Justin Soto, the DH, on deck for Georgetown. Grames comes set in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive, right center field. It's going to be down for extra bases. King flies around second. He'll circle third. He's headed home. Curtin to the wall. Now around second all the way to third. And an RBI stand-up triple for Braden Curtin has cut it to a one-run deficit here. Landon King off and running on the pitch. Flew around the bases and easily scored from first on the stand-up RBI triple by Braden Curtin. So Georgetown responded with some noise of their own here in the bottom of the inning. On the 7th hit of the ball game, an RBI triple by Braden Curtin. And in steps number 17. Negative. It is going to be a pinch hitter. Number 9, Colton Crutchfield will come in to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 6th. Crutchfield enter the DH slot here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out and a runner at third base. And that runner represents the tying run. The first pitch to Crutchfield. Misses low, ball 1. On deck, Tate Ritchie for Georgetown with 1 out and a runner at third. 1 run across in the inning. Grames moves to the windup. The 1-0 pitch to Crutchfield. Outside corner, called strike one. Getting a generous outside corner is Grames as that ball crosses on the white of the batter's box line. And now a 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off, back to the screen. 1-2, now the count to Crutchfield. Would love to get something on the ground towards the right side to try to get that run home from third base. Joaquin Rodriguez at first base plays up on the edge of the grass. Shortstop and second baseman about midway in. The 1-2 pitch, up and away, ball 2. 2-2 count now to Colton Crutchfield, the senior DH. Pinch hitting here in the 6th inning. Grames gets the sign. The 2-2 pitch to Crutch. Now Grames will step off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. A runner at third. Braden Curtin, the RBI triple to score late. Landon King. The 2-2 pitch. Misses low and inside. Good stop there by Jalen Owens to keep it from getting past. And now a full count to Colton Crutchfield. Here with 1 out and runner on third. Georgetown needs to tie it up. Here in the bottom of the 6th, they trail 1 by 1, 3-2. The payoff pitch. Crutchfield fouls it off to stay alive. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, 2-1 or 3-2. The payoff pitch. Crutchfield sends one right center field. It's going to be down. Extra bases. Curtin cruises in from third to tie it up. Crutchfield around second. He's headed to third. An RBI triple for Colton Crutchfield, and Georgetown has tied it up 3-3. Oh, baby. Crutchfield steps in a pinch hit situation and drives in the tying run here in the bottom of the 6th on an RBI triple. Back-to-back triples for Georgetown, and we're tied up. Wow. Clutch hitting for Georgetown here in the bottom of the 6th. And now a visit out of the the first base dugout. It comes Coach Jason Bourgeois of Elgin. We'll take the timeout with him. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment. Here live after the mound visit from Coach Bourgeois. In steps Tate Ritchie. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. 1 out, a runner at third. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, it gets away. Crutchfield headed home, he'll score. Georgetown leads it 4-3 on the wild pitch by Jack Grames. Crutchfield slides in safely at home. And Georgetown takes the lead 4-3. 1-0 the count as Ritchie pulled back the bunt. Everyone came charging in and it gets away. Now a 1-0 count with the bases empty and 1 out. Georgetown leads it 4-3. Ritchie swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch. 1-1 the count now to the senior right fielder, Tate Ritchie. The 1-1 pitch. Up and away, ball 2, just misses. Cooper Thomas on deck for the Eagles, the number 9 hitter. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Georgetown has put up 3 runs to take the 4-3 lead. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2, 2-2 the count now to Tate Ritchie. No activity down in the Elgin Wildcat bullpen, so this is Graham's game for now. The 2-2 pitch to Ritchie. Tate takes it, called strike 3. Coach Vieira lets the umpire know his thoughts about that one. 4th strikeout of the ball game for Grames on the mound. That'll bring up Cooper Thomas, the sophomore left fielder. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Single to left, stranded in the 3rd. Laid down a beautiful sac bunt back in the 5th. Steps in here with 2 outs and the base is empty. First pitch swinging, shot down to third base off of Barron, and Cooper Thomas reaches first.
Now Now batting number
Another
7,
base hit for Cooper Thomas, his second of the ball game. And a 2-out base runner for Georgetown. In steps Jack Kiki. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. F9 in the first, flew out to right in the first, popped up to second in the third, flew out to center field in the fifth on a 10-pitch at bat. Now steps in here in the sixth with 2 outs. First pitch here, Kiki takes it low for ball 1. Nine hits in the ball game for Georgetown. Cooper Thomas off and running on the throw over, and he's going to steal second. What a heads-up play, and the speed of Cooper Thomas comes to play here. Another stolen base. He went on first movement. Grames threw to Joaquin at first base, but he couldn't get the throw down in time. And a 2-out base runner in scoring position now after that stolen base by Cooper Thomas, his second of the night. Speed kills, and Cooper Thomas has lots of it. Stands out at second, a 1-0 count to Tate Ritchie, the 1-0 pitch. Chopper down to third base, charged by Barron, fields it in foul territory. And it was a nice play by Barron, would have gotten Kiki, I said Ritchie, would have got Kiki at first. But that one was fielded, it's foul ball, and now the count 1 ball and 1 strike to the shortstop, Jack Kiki. Georgetown doing it all here in the bottom of the 6th inning, responding to the 2-run home run by Kaysen Null in the top of the inning. Elgin took the lead back 3-1, and Georgetown has plated 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead back 4-3. Kiki steps back in, 1 ball, 1 strike count. Cooper Thomas leads off second as Grames works from the stretch. Grames comes set. Now Grames will step off. Cooper Thomas will not hesitate to steal third base. And Grames has got that in the back of his mind. And so he kept trying to think about it, finally stepped off, and now we get set again. Thomas a big lead, now he's back. The 1-1 pitch, fouled off, back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now to Jack Kiki. Cooper Thomas is fun to watch on the base pass. And now he is in the mind of Jack Grames as he works here with a 1-2 count to Kiki with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Just sit and watch the show. Cooper Thomas is in the head of Jack Grames, the senior lefty for the Wildcats. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Jack Kiki. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2 pitch. Kiki, line drive down the first baseline, curls foul. Nice shot there, but Jack just behind it. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here at the bottom of the 6th. 3 runs across for Georgetown. They lead it 4-3 over the Wildcats. Georgetown here in the 6th inning. 1 quick out on Rogers' fly ball to center field, but then a single by Fluitt and back-to-back triples by Curtin and Crutchfield. And then then a single by Cooper Thomas. Pick off to second. Thomas back in before the throw. Thomas chatting there with the shortstop, Tyson McFarland. They grew up playing baseball together. Both great athletes. And it's fun to see the chatter between those two as they know each other very well. Thomas off and running. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. That was maybe the worst call of the night. Low and in the left-handed batter's box. Kiki rung up on strikes for the 5th strikeout of the night for Jack Grames to end the bottom of the 6th here for the Georgetown Eagles. But not before Georgetown picks up 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 6 complete, Georgetown 4, Elgin 3. 7th inning coming up live here on the SHN Sports Network. Back live here at Eagle Field. We'll go with some defensive changes for the Eagles. Coming in to close it out, try to get the save for Georgetown is the senior right-hander, Hayden Grooms. He'll move from third base to the mound. Fluid, the lefty who went 6 innings for Georgetown, will move from the pitcher's mound to first base, and the first baseman, Braden Curtin, will flip from first base to third base. Everything else the same for Georgetown as we work here in the top of the 7th. Grooms ready to go. The first pitch in there for a called strike. Grooms faces off against the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Bryce Barron. 0 for 2 in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch slapped foul into the screen. 0-2 the count. Grooms way ahead here. Elgin down to their last 3 outs to try to come back as they trail 4-3. Bryce Barron back in. Grooms from the first base side of the rubber gets the sign. The 0-2 pitch. Foul off back to the screen as it rattles the mic. 0-2. On deck, the first baseman, number 19, Joaquin Rodriguez. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Trey Flores. The 0-2 pitch. Throw down to first base. They're saying he did not go around. He's saying he didn't go, then check the first base umpire. Even Barron. Coach Vieira talking to the home plate umpire. He's like, well, ask him. Everybody in the ballpark saw him swing. And that's the thing is, you kind of just expected him to look down at the first base umpire and ask, did he go? Instead, he just kept saying, no, he did not go. He did not go. You're still going to ask for assistance on a check swing. So we'll see if they get another overturned call here. And he did not overturn it. Coach Vieira standing outside the dugout. Still talking to the home plate umpire. No balls, 2 strikes. Bryce Barron back in. Grooms ready to go. The 0-2 pitch skips in. It's actually going to be 2-2 now. They said he did not swing. That would have been ball 1. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bryce Barron, the third baseman. Grooms shakes a pitch, now gets it. The 2-2 pitch. This is low, ball 3. 3-2 the count now to Bryce Barron, leading off the top of the 7th here for the Wildcats. They trail by 1. The payoff pitch. Ground ball chopped to third. Curtin fields it. The throw across the diamond. In time! Bang, bang play! What a play by Braden Curtin as he gets Bryce Barron by half a step. For out number 1. 5-3 on the putout. What a rocket there by Curtin. You saw the arm flash. He threw a rocket across the diamond to get Bryce Barron, who motored down the base path. In steps Joaquin Rodriguez, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch misses for ball 1. Cam Brightside's host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, live Thursday nights, 6:45, 7 o'clock start. 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike 1. One and 1 the count to Rodriguez. The 1-1 pitch. Shot foul back behind home plate. 1-2. Grooms ahead in the at bat now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grooms ready to go. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch stays high through the zone for ball 2. Two pitch. Swing and a miss. Joaquin Rodriguez chased the breaking pitch from Grooms. For out number 2. First strikeout recorded for Hayden Grooms. With 2 outs and the bases empty, in steps the number 9 hitter, Trey Flores, the right fielder. First pitch to Flores, misses low, ball 1. Had a great night at Kent Brightside last night. Had to do it inside with the rain and had a great waiter. Sean took care of us all. The 1-0 pitch, fouled down the third baseline. 1-1 the count. learned that Sean new to the area and owns Kingdom Lawn Care. Give them a visit. Go and check out their website, Kingdom Lawn Care here at Georgetown. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Flores behind that one. Couldn't catch up to it. And now the Wildcats down to their final strike in the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Grooms gets the sign from the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Ball game! Strikes him out. And Georgetown wins it 4-3 over the Elgin Wildcats in a great baseball game here at Eagle Field. I'm going to take a quick timeout, head down to the field, talk with Coach Vieira. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment.
Royalty, put blame on me. Hate my trend, word up OG. Watch how you talking your tone. What I be on, you cannot make me a clone. You already know T versus T.
Can you hear me? Okay.
They testing my character, compared to every white boy in America. I'm doing it different, attacking the limits, won't fit the criteria. Hearing hysteria, saying American, hang around you and your crew's embarrassing. Take that sneak post down, flexing on me is hilarious. Don't take it from me, I put it in work, listen to see where I've been. I am the foretelling by the masses, read by the scroll of my saber and pen. Put down the mic and he calling me in, can I receive it, do it for them. You living and breathing within.
There. Back live here at Eagle Field. The Eagles victorious 4-3 over the Elgin Wildcats to take the best of 2 series in 2 games. But a battle tonight. I tell you what, a pitching performance from Jack Grames, like we talked last night. We keep getting the best out of these arms against our opponents, and Jack pitched a great game. Georgetown gets to him there in that 6th inning, and what a performance to keep fighting.
Yep. Jack did a great job. You know, I'm thankful that that's hopefully the last time that we have to face him for a long time. He's given us fits over the past couple of years, and so he did a really good job again tonight. We were able to finally string together a couple hits. He left a couple balls up, and we had some timely hitting. Able to steal a couple bags, able to apply a little bit of pressure, and then David Fluke did a phenomenal job on the mound. Gave us a great start, and then being able to pass it to Hayden Grooms and him coming in and filling up the strike zone was really good.
Talk about, I think one thing that just stuck out to me, timely hitting.
Yeah.
Colton Crutchfield comes in a DH spot there, in the DH spot as a pinch hit in the 6th inning, and ends up with a huge RBI triple. How big is that to, one, build the confidence of this team, but yet to just have those players that could step in ready to go when the time calls for their number?
Yeah, we got a group of guys that is staying ready. and is ready to when their opportunity comes to be able to get the hit when they need to, or be able to step in and attack the strike zone, whatever that looks like for them. So we're thankful that we have a group of guys that are buying into the role and staying locked into the game, ready to go.
Challenger game tomorrow at 9, Liberty Hill at 11. How big is that day tomorrow for these kids to kind of get in that routine and start what is the tradition here at Georgetown?
Yeah, it's one of our favorite days of the week, being able to show up with the kids with the Challenger game and being able to love on those kids and share the game that we love so much with them. And it sets up a really fun Saturday.
Congrats, Coach.
Thanks, Wally.
5-1 in district. Georgetown wins it on a come-behind win over a tough Elgin Wildcat team that gave it all this ball game here at Eagle Field. Georgetown advances to 5-1 in district, drops Elgin to 2-4 on the season in district standings, and Georgetown turns around tomorrow at 11 a.m. to take on the Liberty Hill Panthers. Thanks for joining us tonight live here at Eagle Field. We'll be back tomorrow, 10:45 pregame, 11 o'clock first pitch, but more importantly, just come out and enjoy baseball and support these athletes as they continue to put on a show. Thanks for joining us tonight live from Eagle Field. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.